Hey guys, my name is Hassan Adlani. I'm part of the Mentorship Committee.
And I'm Nathan Fester. I am your chair for the mentorship program.
The purpose of this video is to help you and your pairing make the most of this year. In here, we'll cover what is the mentorship program. Second, we'll cover the qualities that we're looking for in a mentor-mentee. And third, we'll provide you with the resources that you can use throughout the course of the year.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Okay, so tell me something about the mentorship program.
So the program is fairly simple. Many of you would be familiar with it, and if you're not, what it is it's one-on-one pairings of students with industry professionals. And our objective for this program is that we want to help cultivate the next generation of great geoscientists. And we do that by sharing knowledge and wisdom gained by our mentors over years of experience back down to the next generation to give them a foothold in the industry.
Great. So what are some of the qualities that you're looking for in a mentor?
For mentors, I think that the biggest thing is to be approachable. At the end of the day, students, they aren't as maybe comfortable stepping out and reaching out to professionals, stepping into the industry and trying to make those contacts. So what we do is we facilitate that pairing, but we just want you guys to be an open ear, be available, and make sure that you can create some space and time for your student. Another important thing is just a willingness to share what you know. Students often get an excellent technical background through the university studies, but what they're missing out is maybe some of the applications of our discipline, how to actually go about doing your work on a daily basis. Maybe it's even sillier stuff than that, like what do you wear to the office on your first day of work? Or how do I cold call somebody? There are very simple things that you can do as a mentor that you might think a student should know, but they don't. And that is the purpose. We are trying to share with mentors the things that they're supposed to know, but they've never been taught.
Great. Something that you said earlier, what is that one thing that you knew that you wish your mentor, what is that one thing you wish you would have known before entering the industry? That is something a mentor can share with the mentee.
Absolutely. Well, I know for myself, the thing I wish I would have known is that no one has the answer. You go to meetings, you as a young professional, if you're starting working, you go to a meeting and someone says something and it sounds like they've got the answer figured out. It's solved, there's no question. And I think the nature of our science and of our industry is that the problem is never solved. And so you just have to remember that you have to go about it scientifically, you have to approach problems and do your best to come up with the best possible solution and recognize that you're always wrong.
Great. What are a couple of qualities that make a good mentee?
So for us, our students, the best thing to remember is that your mentors are volunteers. They're giving up their time and they're trying their best to make sure that you get a chance to develop and learn some things about what it's going to look like to be a professional geoscientist, geophysicist, or geologist. But don't forget that their time is a precious resource. So be careful not to waste it. Make sure you go in with a purpose when you're contacting your mentor and try your best to help direct that relationship. So if you'd like to meet them for a coffee, it's a great idea to go and say, hey, I'd really love to have a 30-minute coffee, set an agenda, pick a topic, and make sure that you're mindful that you're using up some of their time. And be very gracious and thankful for it.
I think you made a really good point. Always have an agenda when you're meeting a mentor. Make the most use of their time because it is precious.
Absolutely.
Looks like mentees are getting a lot out of this program, but what about the mentors?
So for us, we really do believe, and we're lucky to have such great mentors in this program. I see them as leaders through our industry. They are some of our best and brightest, and we've been very fortunate to have our students mentored by great leaders. That being said, the mentorship program offers a great opportunity for them to continue to develop and refine those leadership skills. Every year we run a workshop for our mentors, mentor development workshops, to help them continue to refine their leadership acumen.
Great. So throughout the course of the year, how do you see the mentor-mentee relationship develop? What would you like for the mentees to do in the process of their own development?
Absolutely. So I think the biggest thing is that mentorship is based around relationship. So students, it's your job to go and engage with your mentor. You make that first point of contact. Send them your resume. That's a great way for them to get to know a little bit about you. At which point you guys should set up your first meeting. Go grab a coffee. It's an easy way to do it. It's a very common way of networking downtown oil and gas, or in our profession as geoscientists in general. At which point, I think it's important for you to discuss a little bit around purpose. Very often, I know when I was in university, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my career. I was just getting my degree and hoping that it would take me to a place where I could start to find something that would be important to me. So I think it's great to have the perspective of someone with years of experience in an industry to know what's possible. What are the things I can do with my career? And take that as a sense of purpose. Use that to help set some goals.
So when you speak of goals, what kind of goals are we talking about?
So we recommend, as many people do, setting SMART goals. Those are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time sensitive. I'm sure you can go and Google SMART goals, and there are oodles of documents, papers, little short courses on how to maximize those. A big thing for me is keeping in perspective the kind of goals you want to set. So not just SMART, but keeping in perspective the scope of them. I like to think about big picture goals. Where do I want to be in the future? 5, 10, 15 years from now, what would I like to be? Sometimes you don't know what that answer is, but you can start with something. Then you've got process goals. These are ones that have shorter time frames, but are the small little pieces and steps you need to take in order to get to that big goal. And then the last kind of goal that you can set is an in-the-moment goal. And that kind of goal is a commitment you make to yourself of the kind of character you want to hold yourself to. Those can all be SMART goals that you can set and you can work on as a parent.
Great. Is there anything else that you would like to share that would benefit the relationship at all before we end?
I think the biggest point is just to be consistent.
Yeah.
You guys on both sides, mentors and mentees, you're both busy. The school season is incredibly condensed, and work for professionals is often incredibly busy as well. So do your best to be consistent and try and reach out. Students, don't be afraid to send an email or a phone call or a text and just nudge your mentor. And mentors, if you haven't heard from your student in a while, it's great to just re-engage, touch base. Really, you get the most out of this program when you invest in it and put your time and energy into it. And we're hoping that if you've decided to sign up, that you're willing to put in that effort.
It's great. So it seems like you'll get as much out of it as you want out of this program, as long as you're willing to put the work into it.
Absolutely.
It's great. Thanks, Nathan.
No problem.
So we'll be ending the video with a short resource list. We hope that you all can make use of it. If you have any questions, our information is stated in an email. Feel free to reach out to us. Thanks.
Thanks very much.